Today's class is on the topic natural resources. There are various natural resources like land resources, soil and mineral resources, forest resources, biodiversity, water resources and energy resources. In this class, we will be focusing on natural resources, its types and land resources. Concept and types of natural resources. Natural resources are the resources exist in nature with the characteristic like gravitational, electrical and magnetic properties. Natural resources includes sunlight, atmosphere, water, land with its minerals, animals and plants. A natural resource may exist as separate systems of freshwater, air or living organisms. It may exist in alternate forms to obtain the resource such as metal ores, petroleum, most forms of energy, etc. Most natural resources are limited. The demand for resources depends on changing new technology, new needs and new economics. Demand of some resources are very high, but availability of some is very low. Example, precious metals. Different geographical areas are famous for different natural resources. So the people or country can exchange or replace it through trade. It is an asset available to be used when needed by an organism. The concept of utility can change because of technological, economical and environmental factors. The sum total of all physical, chemical and social factors which compose the surrounding of man and each element of this surrounding constitute a resource on which man draws in order to develop a better life. Any material which can be transformed in a way that it becomes more valuable and useful can be called as resource. In the case of human beings, a resource is any form of energy or matter essential for the fulfillment of physiological, socio-economic and cultural needs both at individual and community level. Resource may be one of the various forms of primary source of energy present in nature. The five basic ecological variables are energy, matter, space, time and diversity. The resources of nature can act as the backbone of global economy and our quality of life. For the competitive economy with high living standards as well as technological advancement, the natural resources may be exploited. It must be managed to sustainable use. Natural resources management is a dynamic, goal-oriented process that functions within a management environment and guided by a team represents many disciplines with a combination of components, namely cultural, economic, ecological, and political. Resource concept may be based on the basis of origin, exhaustibility, ownership, and status of development. Based on origin, the resources are of biotic and abiotic types. Basis of exhaustibility, it is renewable and non-renewable types. Based on ownership, it is individual, national and international. In the status of development, potential resources not utilized in better manner. Example, wind and solar energy. Stock refers materials in the environment have the potential to satisfy human needs but do not have appropriate technology to access these. Example, water is the compound of two inflammable gases, hydrogen and oxygen, which could be used as rich source of energy. Reserves are subsets of stock which are yet to be put into the use with the help of existing technical knowledge. Example, river water can be used for generating power, but presently it is being utilized only to a limited extent. Next, classification of natural resources. Resources may be classified on the basis of its availability, Resources may be classified on the basis of its availability is inexhaustible and exhaustible. Inexhaustible resources are unlimited in quantity. Example, solar energy, wind, geothermal, water, wave and thermal energy. With advancement of time, the quality of the resources may change, but not the quantity. Inexhaustible resources cannot be completely used up by human activities. Exhaustible resources are those resources which are present in limited quantity and can be completely used up by man, and it may exhaust soon. Example, coal, petrol. These are also called as fossil fuels as they are obtained from dead plants and animals. Quality and quantity of these resources may be exhausted soon. Based on renewable capability, it is divided again into renewable and non-renewable resources. Renewable resources can be renewed along with their exploitation. It can be replenished in a short period of time. Example, solar, wind, water, geothermal, biomass and oxygen. Water continually moves through the planet with climate receiving its own kind and volume of precipitation. If a community overuses water, the source can temporarily run out, but it will come back eventually. A non-renewable resource is a natural resource that cannot be remade or regrown at a scale comparable to its consumption. Nuclear fission uses uranium to create energy. Nuclear energy is a non-renewable resource because once the uranium is used, it is gone. Coal, petroleum and natural gas are considered non-renewable because they cannot be replenished in a short period of time. These are called fossil fuels. Coal is used as a fuel. It takes years to regenerate. It doesn't renew itself every day. If a community uses coal at a large scale comparable to its consumption, it will run out and will have to wait for a long time so that it will regenerate for use, which is practically impossible. So it is considered as non-renewable resources. Now, based on quality, it is immutable and mutable types. Quality of immutable resources are not degraded by human activity. Example, tidal power, wind, atmospheric power. Quality of mutable resources may be degraded by man's activity. Example, water, hydropower. Based on the method used, it is maintainable and non-maintainable. Maintainable resources are those resources which can be maintained from different action of human being, whereas non-maintainable resources cannot be maintained by human being. Based on origin, resources are divided into biotic and abiotic. Biotic or organic resources are obtained from biosphere. Example, crops, birds, animals. This mainly include fossil fuel. Abiotic or inorganic resources composed of non-living matter. Example, land, water, minerals. Abiotic resources are obtained from lithosphere, atmosphere, and hydrosphere. Next, we are moving into land resources. Land is a valuable and unlimited resource. It constitutes only about 29% of the total Earth's surface. Land is covered with grasslands, wetlands, natural forest, agricultural land, urban and rural settlements. The prehistoric hunter-gatherer society or today's technocrat human beings depend on land for their food through hunting and agriculture, occupation through roads, mining, industry, communication, housing via storage of surface and groundwater, and living. The top layer of the land is soil and continually regenerated by natural process over a period of time. Hence, it is classified as a renewable resource. Plants and animal materials decay and released into the nutrient bank of the soil. Soil development process takes several decades to complete, though weathering and pedogenesis form soil. The soil profile of land determines its ability to serve socio-economic needs. More than 5,000 million tons of topsoil is eroded annually, along with 5 million tons of nutrients. About one third of it is lost to the sea, while the rest turns into silt on riverbeds leading to floods. In India, 38% of the land area has suffered from water-based erosion, which needs immediate watershed development. In addition to this, 4% of arid area also suffers from soil erosion. Thus, 42% of the total land resources require immediate conservation management. Land related problems. Degradation. Land degradation is of great concern because soil reformation is a very slow process. Land degradation depends upon topography, wind intensity, rainfall, and agricultural practices. Decline in land quality or land pollution is a result of both natural processes and anthropogenic activities. Human activities like deforestation, mining, overgrazing, intensive cultivation, dam and other developmental activities, solid waste disposal result in the exposure of soil and thus accelerate the process of land pollution. Land degradation in turn result in consequent surface runoff, floods, desertification, loss of soil productivity and also reduction of productive land for sustainable agriculture. Every year, about 30 million acres of productive land gets eroded in India. This results in loss of food, cultivable land, and thus food security. Land degradation is very severe in developing countries like India. Nearly half of the world's degraded land is in Asia. One fourth of world's moderate to strongly degraded land is in Africa. Two-thirds of the world's population lives in these degraded lands of Asia and Africa. Next, landslide. It is a sudden, uncontrolled descent of a mass of earth and drop down a slope under the force of gravity. Hilly and mountain regions are vulnerable to landslides. Although landslides are natural process, anthropogenic causes like deforestation, industrialization, construction of dams, hill roads, rail tracks, and making places for human habitation accelerate the process of landslide. Man-made landslides usually takes place in hilly areas. Example of man-induced landslides are in the areas between Rishikesh and Bhyasi on Badrinath highway in India. Landslides not only destroy human life but also destroy plantation and wildlife. They also block roads, causing immense casualties to human life and economic loss to the country. In remote cases, landslides disrupt emergency services such as water, power, and communication. During landslides, large portions of fragile mountains are destroyed and they fall into adjacent valleys and streams. Due to fragility of the land and turbidity of nearby streams increases.